Hello, children. So today we're going to see a new lesson called Preserving Our Heritage. So let's get into the lesson. India has many ancient buildings, temples, and monuments as our heritage. So, what is the heritage, children? What do we call as our heritage? So, heritage is something that is a tradition, we call a tradition, culture, or something that we follow from the past, no, something what our ancestors told us, what they gave us, the things that we hold on from the past is called as our heritage, right? So, yes, our heritage is a record of what our country was and how it came to be the way it is today. Okay, so what our country had in the past, okay, and what it was, and what happened to it, and how it came to be the way it is today. In present, what how it is. So all these things it is our heritage. So our heritage is something that is common for everybody in this country. Okay, so a country's heritage is something which is very common for the people living in the country, for the citizens of the country. So it therefore unites us and gives us a sense of patriotism and pride in our country. So patriotism, it is the love for our country. Patriotism means love for our country, and also it gives pride in our country. We feel very proud being in this country, right? So therefore our heritage, our country's heritage give us patriotism and makes us feel united and feel proud of our country. So today we're gonna see some various heritage sites in our country. Okay, so with these different monuments which we're gonna see, we're gonna make our patriotic feel and our pride even much more better for our country. Okay, so the monuments which we're gonna see now are actually declared as World Heritage Sites by UNESCO. You all know what is UNESCO, right? United Nation Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization is called as UNESCO. It is an international organization that protects and preserves cultural heritage around the world. Not just in our country, it's an international organization. So they protect and preserve various cultural heritage around the whole world. Okay, so we're gonna see few monuments in our country which is considered as World Heritage Site by the UNESCO. Okay, the first place which we're gonna see is the Taj Mahal. Okay, so yes, you all would have visited Taj Mahal and all know. So, the Taj Mahal is one among the seven wonders of the world. It is situated in Agra, Uttar Pradesh. Okay, it is built by the Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his loving wife Mumtaz Mahal. Okay, so he loved his wife so much, so he brought a lot of beautiful architects and all the wonderful architects from over the world, and he made them to build this magnificent tomb for her. Okay, you all know what is a tomb is. A tomb is where a person is buried. If a person is died, you all know they are buried in a place, and that particular place is called the tomb of that person. Okay, so Taj Mahal is the tomb of Mumtaz Mahal, who is Shah Jahan's wife. Okay, so around 20,000 laborers have built this tomb for about 20 years. Okay, so those days they don't have a lot of technology and all, no, so they took a long time to build this magnificent building. So it is situated in the southern side of the river Yamuna and a spacious walled garden with a reflecting pool. So a wall of red stone surrounds the Taj Mahal also. The Taj Mahal is built with white marble inlaid with semi-precious stones in it. So the wall of the Taj Mahal is with white marble, and also inside the Taj Mahal you could see some semi-precious stones uh, intricated inside it. Okay, so passages from Quran are inscribed in the outer walls of the tomb. The Taj Mahal looks splendid on a full moon night. Okay, so it will look very beautiful when we see the Taj Mahal during a full moon night. The next place which you're going to see is the Ajanta and Ellora caves. So the Ajanta and Ellora caves are located in the in the place called Ajanta, which is near Aurangabad, Maharashtra. Okay, so these places are built by these caves are carved by the Buddhist monks almost 2000 years ago. Okay, so Ajanta caves are located in Ajanta near Aurangabad in Maharashtra. These caves were carved by Buddhist monks almost 2000 years ago. Okay, so there are actually two types of caves for this Ajanta caves. Okay, one is called as Shaityas or temples for the Buddhist monks, and the other one is called as Viharas. Okay, monasteries where the Buddhist monks stay. Okay, they used to live in this Viharas. So Chaityas is a worship place for them, and Viharas, the monasteries, is the place where they stayed. Okay, and one more thing is all these caves are beautifully decorated with large wall paintings called frescoes. Okay, so frescoes means applying paint on wet plaster, where plaster is like something is like a cement. Okay, so what they'll do is they'll carve something, they'll apply all these plasters on the wall, I mean on the rock and all, and they'll create a decorated thing. Okay, and then what they'll do is they'll paint on the top of the wall. Okay, so what will happen is when the paint and the plaster dries, the paint is actually absorbed by the plaster. Okay, so what happens is the plaster, which is white in color, takes in the color of the paint. So automatically the plaster, which is white in color, will take the color of the paint. For example, if I'm painting the plaster with red color, when both these things get dried off, the plaster will also become red in color. Okay, so the sculpture, the whole sculpture will look very realistic. Okay, so it imagine 2000 years ago they had an idea like this, and they have done beautiful sculptures and paintings using this fresco method. Okay, so also these painting gives us an idea about the lifestyle of people, what type of dress they wore, what type of cloths, jewelry, and body language they used, and all. You can see all these things in these painting. Also, these painting also illustrates a collection of Buddhist stories called Jataka tales. There is famous tales called Jataka tales. So all these scenes from these tales are also portrayed in the wall painting of the Ajanta cave. About 100 kilometers away from Ajanta cave, we have the Elora caves. So Elora caves are carved only after Ajanta caves. Okay, so first Ajanta caves were carved and then the Elora caves. So when you go and visit an Elora cave, you can see three distinct groups of caves there. Okay, one is for the Hindu people, and then the other one is for Jain, and the other last one is for the Buddhist people. Okay, so what is the Hindu caves and all, no, will have lot of show. You all know that these places have lot of sculptures and paintings in it. So the Hindu caves will have lot of scenes from Ramayana portrayed over there, and the Buddhist caves display scenes from the life of the Buddha, and the Jain cave shows various Jain saints like Tirthankaras. They'll call the Jain saint as Tirthankaras. Okay, so it is carved over there. Okay, now the Jain, okay, so the Elora caves were created during the period of King Krishna. It is a Rashtrakuta king called Krishna I. Okay, so it was Elora caves were carved during his period only. Okay, and now I'll show you some images of Ajanta and Ellora caves. So this is how Ajanta caves looks like. Okay, so you could see a large mountain, a rock mountain. It's actually carved into different places. Like you can see buildings, pillars and all, When you zoom the picture, you could actually see it. So this is how the Ajanta cave looks like. And these are the paintings inside the Ajanta caves. Okay, the wall of the paint is actually painted with lot of Buddha images and all, no? So you could see them. So they have actually used paints, some common colors, and also they have plastered, and then they are painted on top of the plaster. Again, there is an image painting from Ajanta cave. And this is an image from the Elora caves. Elora caves have a lot of sculptures and all, no? So this is an image from the Elora caves. Okay. So some of the paintings and sculptures in these caves were damaged. Later they were restored by Archaeological Survey of India. Okay. So now the last place which we're gonna see in this lesson is the Red Fort. Okay. So you all would have seen Red Fort, no? So during Independence Day, the Prime Minister hoists flag in this Red Fort only. So yes, you would have seen the parade here and all. So Red Fort is also a national monument. Okay, so let's see about the Red Fort. The Red Fort or Lal Quilla is situated in Delhi. It was built by Emperor Shah Jahan. The fort is surrounded by red walls for 30-meter high. 30-meter high large walls are surrounds the Red Fort. So there is a place called Diwan-i-Khas, which is intricated with large marble pillars and all, where the Emperor Shah Jahan had his meeting with his ministers. It also have a place called Rang Mahal for the queen to stay, and Moti Masjid, the worship place. And there's a place called Hammam, which is in the shape of lotus. Okay, it is the bath place of the King Shah Jahan, Emperor Shah Jahan. So the Red Fort is a national monument. During Independence Day, the Prime Minister hoists the national flag and addresses the nation from the ramparts of the Red Fort. Okay, so ramparts is the protecting wall of the Red Fort. Okay, so the Prime Minister will stand there and address the nation. He'll give his message to the nation during every Independence Day. This will happen for every Independence Day. Okay, so with this I end up this video. So I hope you understood better about the Taj Mahal, Ajanta and Ellora cave and Red Fort. So we'll continue the lesson in the next video. Thank you for listening, children. Thank you.